Hi everyone, Brett Williams here. I just want to give you a quick run through of what you can do with Speech Bubble and Cartoon Kit. It comes with a number of plugins, but the first one I want to talk about is Speech Bubble. It comes with a number of presets for position and style, but I'm just going to drag the standard Speech Bubble title over to my little coffeehouse scene here. The plugin automatically animates in by default, but you can of course turn that on or off in the inspector. It animates out in the same reverse direction. You've got a number of different choices from rectangle, caption, square, round, thought bubble, a scream, another scream in there too, and bang. All of these you can control their position with the on-screen controls and their scale with this little ring right here. You can control the tail direction and length with this little puck here. And if you are using the caption or the rectangle shape, you have an additional little width control. You can control the roundness, and you can control the tail direction from either of the from any of the four corners. Let's have our waiter say something, so I'll aim it up at the waiter, and we'll switch it back to round. You can of course control the bubble color, and it's got two outlines built in, so you can make them thicker, change their colors. And of course we can change the text. Whoops, like it all caps. And if I go into the text panel, I can change the size of the text. And just to position it, I just drag it around. And I could change the font if I wanted to. I'm using Comica Display, which comes from, which can be downloaded for free at fontsquirrel.com. I can change the color of the text here. How about just make it white to stand out? Oops. There we go. Whoops. Now our waiter's asking if he wants some more coffee. Fantastic. The text can actually be animated on itself if you go down to the bottom here and check this text fade in button. And it kind of types on the effect, types on the text with a quick little fade in of each letter. The speed of that can be adjusted right below it on the fade in speed. That's about it for the text bubble. Let's add a cartoon effect. So if we go to the effects panel, we've got the standard Bread Effects cartoon effect, and you've got about 7 different presets. I'm just going to grab the standard effect onto our coffee house. So within this effect, you have a few controls. How it overlays over the image. I've got it set to overlay by default. You can get some different looks if you change it to things like lighten. Gets you almost a pencil sketch. But let's go back to overlay. You can mess with the amount of detail in the image. You can change the halftone size. That's that print. And the contrast and the strength of it. Just turn it off completely if you want. You can change how sensitive it is to creating ink outlines around the contrast of the edges. You can affect how smooth the outlines are. You can change the outline color. And you can change sort of the background color. Messing with that will give you a tint. Just going to leave it on that creamy white though. You can posterize. Just going to give you kind of a contrasty banded look, sort of a bad print look. And you can actually add a strobe effect to the image. So now if we have the strobe effect, we're going to get a really stuttered sort of an image there. So next you might want to add a cartoon panel to your look. We've got two types of cartoon panels. One that has a number of shapes that you can use, and another where you can draw your own shape. Let's use the cartoon Bread Effects standard cartoon panel. So within the cartoon panel, you can change the source position, scale, and rotation of the background image. The standard one, you have 5 different shapes to choose from. Let's go back to rectangle. You can change the position of the panel, panel size, and its rotation. The outline type can also be changed to a rough edge, give it kind of more of a print look. You can change that color and its size. The background checkbox here turns off this paper or background area and makes it transparent if you turn that off. And that enables you to stack up multiple layers of video and create a comic layout. But if you leave it on, you can of course change the background paper color. So let's take a look at the custom shape. The Bread Effects cartoon panel custom shape. I'm going to drag that to my water slide clip here in the timeline. With this, you can control 4 corners and make whatever shape that you like. So you can create a much more dynamic cartoon layout. If you drag the corners, it's like corner pinning. But you can also grab in between 2 corners and drag them as a whole side, drag 2 corners at once. If you hold down Shift when you drag this, it will keep itself in line with the edge there. So you can drag like this. Now if you drag a corner and hold down Shift, you can drag the whole shape proportionately. And of course you can also change the image scale and rotation just like in the standard effect. You can also change the outline just like the other. And of course the background color, and turn it off. So that is the custom shape, and we will show you in just a second how that can create a very dynamic layout. But for now, let's go ahead and delete that. And I want to show you how the presets, we've got a bunch of presets here, can help you quickly create a 4-panel grid or a 3-way split or even a diagonal split with these triangular shapes down here. So I've got 4 clips in the timeline: water slide, Santa, beach, and dirt bike flyover. I'm going to drag these 4 rectangle presets to these clips and stack the clips up. Let's start with lower left rectangle. Then I'll drag Santa on top. I'll drag the next rectangle onto him. Let's see, we're building our effect. Kiss on the beach, we'll drag above that. And drag the next rectangle onto there. And dirt bike flyover we'll put on the very top. And use the upper right rectangle. So that builds our 4-way grid. It's ready to add some speech bubbles to. If I take the bottom clip and turn on the background, now I've got a nicer page. There you go. So some other examples of this same using the presets. We've got kind of a I should call it a 3-way split here. And we have another scene here using the 2 of the triangle shapes to create a diagonal split. And I threw a little speech bubble on top there. And last but not least, we have the custom layout where we've used 3 of the custom panel shapes to create a much more dynamic looking scene. So that's it. I'm sure you guys will come up with some much more creative ways to use it than I have here. But thanks for taking an interest in Speech Bubble and Cartoon Kit. You can download it at breadeffects.com along with some other plugins and a couple other freebies. Thanks for watching.